So here's Darren. This is our second session. The first one, I believe, talked a little bit about body position, hips being slightly low, and then we discussed the catch a lot. We're trying to get the high elbow, early vertical forearm. So viewing this from just where you're at right here in this swim, good reach forward. Hips and legs they're slightly low here still. Ideally, you could get them up a bit higher, but they're not terribly low. You can see that better when you look at the underwater. Your head is still a little high, so ideally, the water would be sort of hitting the crown of your head as opposed to your forehead, and a little bit of getting the head a little lower may help with the hip position. Ultimately, it's a streamlining issue. Other than that, comfortable breathing and good extension. So the main thing I noticed when reviewing this film was that your catch did improve more significantly with your left arm than your right arm, and so I put a few shots from the first lesson, and then they're going to be after the shots from this lesson, so you can see the difference.
So this is the 50, really trying to concentrate on getting the catch angle. That looks better.
So head position a little lower here. I know we talked about that, and the catch. Yeah, the catch looking a little more rounded. So if you see a bit more rounding or curve through the pull, then that's a sign. Other than going faster as well. So looking at your left arm here, you can see that had more high elbow catch. That's the series I freeze framed for you. So there you reached forward in a good extension, and then the hand and forearm started angling down or vertical earlier than the upper arm. Your right arm on that pass looked a little better as well. So what I'm looking for, when watching from the side, is just a clear difference between what direction your upper arm is going and the angle or direction of your hand and forearm. That looked pretty good too. So I'd say you improved both these pulls. The left arm looking a little more technically correct than the right arm. Alright, and so I freeze framed that pass on your right arm, but that probably was not your best pass, just so you're aware of that. And then the line you're pulling back looks good, more or less directly back. That's what you want to see. So looking at your left arm here, good reach forward. You can see how the hips are just a little low, and that's really because of your head position. I think that's what's driving that. So if you can get the head a little lower, not underwater, but that'll help with the hips. So good reach, and then you can see right there you're starting to get the catch, and then a little more here, so a little bit of a difference in your forearm angle, and then that's significantly different. So now if you imagine the directional arrows coming off of that hand and forearm, they're going backwards as opposed to down, which is what you want. So you're not all the way there, but you're definitely improved with that arm. And then a good push through and finish of the stroke. And good hand position all the way through there as well. So this is from the first lesson, and good reach forward, but no difference in the upper arm and forearm. All right, so that's more of what we call a straight arm pull. So the first third of the stroke is pushing more water down than back. So that's like proof positive that you've improved on that side. So right arm, good extension, maybe a little more rotation to that side would be helpful. So sort of driving your shoulder and body on that side. And then at this point it's still mostly a straight arm, and then a little bit of a difference here. So it's slight, but you can see the difference. And then here you're going to wind up pulling under your body right there. So that probably was not the best example to freeze frame for you, but if you can pause the ones where you pass by, you could see some, because I'm sure you were a little better on a couple of the other ones. And here's the comparison. So on the comparison though, there's no difference in any of the freeze frames. Difference being upper arm, forearm angle. So this was just a completely straight arm pull as well. So you have improved on that side. In this isolated instance, the improvement is not as great as on your left side. However, I think some of the other passes, some of the pulls that you were doing were better. So I hope this helps. Keep up the good work.